You're with Face the Nation, and the question we are asking you tonight, are we unaware of our internal racist biases? 83% are still saying, a big majority actually, they're saying we as a society are actually unaware of the many racist biases that we all have and the words we use unthinkingly. Dipankar Gupta, on that point, I'm going to ask you the question. You know, the Australian media has really taken the Australian team to task. They've said that this victory is sour. Australians have become like wild dogs. How could they do this? They've really gone for the Australian team and criticized them. Now, by contrast, the Indian media, not a word that perhaps if Harbhajan has said something wrong, it is potentially offensive, it's potentially abusive, and maybe it was a wrong thing to do. Maybe one word of criticism also from Indian opinion makers, sane voices within India?
Well, one word of criticism perhaps, but when somebody calls the whole team wild dogs, why isn't that constituted to be racist, I ask you? The fact of the matter is that a term like monkey is not a racist term, it's a term that should not have been used, an unwise term to use. But you know, on the cricket field, they use all kinds of terms, including incestuous ones, which are completely objectionable. And then you have cricketers saying, well, that's all right, that's part of the game. If that's part of the game, you must be prepared for words like this. If someone calls somebody a wolf, a rat, a snake in the grass, how come these terms are not racist? In fact, one must be very clear about the terms one uses in a debate like ours. You should not confuse racist terms with caste terms and caste slurs, which are of a different kind altogether.
Okay, Kanchai Laya, let me bring you in here. Let me bring you in here. Why confuse racist terms with caste terms and other forms of abuse within Indian society?
There is a very close interlink between race and caste. You know, that debate has been there since the whole Durban conference. You know, people like Dipankar took a line that caste has nothing to do with race, they are two different. But look at
basically the ease of the discrimination is very easy within India. The discrimination comes easily to Indians.
See, India is a country, the upper caste of India, whether they are in cricket, whether they are in academic world, whether they are in any world, they have no sense of shame or no sense of guilt.
Okay.
And you know, this is a country which drinks buffalo milk but worships cow because that is a white animal. And buffalo is black animal, therefore it is not worshipable. This is the kind of racism that has gone into upper caste mind.
So there is a culturally conditioned India which there is, where we use discriminatory terms, we use socially violent terms, and we don't think anything of it because it's all considered very harmless. Let's now get a question in from Andrew Miller. He's the UK editor of cricinfo.com. He's joining us from London. Mr. Andrew Miller, this is a crisis in the world of cricket. The two superpowers fanatically devoted to cricket are battling a clash of civilizations. What's the answer? Should there be a rule book on what terms cricketers should be able to use on the field and not be able to use?
Well, probably, yes. But the problem with sledging and this whole issue, in fact, is it really did start from Australia in the first place. They were the ones who started the great idea that it is acceptable to start using terms to attack your opposition when they're out in the field. And on this occasion, it's been turned around on them. And I was listening on the debate whether it is racist to use the word monkey. That's by the by. As we saw in the recent series with Australia in India, there was a big furore about when the fans were making monkey chants against Andrew Symonds in the stands. And given that that was an issue then, it really is a bit crass of Harbhajan Singh, if of course he did do so, to use the word monkey out on the field.